Hey YouTubers, and welcome back to Tony the Technician channel. And today we're going to be doing a very small project on the 1985 Camaro. If you guys follow my Camaro build, I've done quite a bit to it. I've done basically all of the interior, a lot of the suspension, the wheels, tires, engine, transmission, a lot of stuff, a lot of wire deleting and component deleting and all of that during the swap. And today, or now, I'm just working on the final like 10 or 15% before I get this thing going and start driving it. So today is just a very simple interior project swap, and that is the turn signal lever. This one is from Dorman, part number 49277. They do have a couple different models of this. I got the one that does not have cruise control because I deleted cruise control, the charcoal canister, AC, heat, a lot of different items. So my old one is faded. It's got a little bit of play to it. And so I just want to replace it with a better looking one. Hopefully it operates a little bit better. Hopefully it fits in there a little bit tighter. So since I don't have AC, this does not actually have an operating button on it for cruise control. It will still operate your blinker and your windshield wipers, but that is it. So if your vehicle has cruise control and you're installing one that does have cruise control, in order to remove that, you can still pull this out the same way, but there are going to be a few wires to it that run down the steering shaft. And then if you look up underneath the dash, you'll find a connector that you can unhook and pull the wiring out. Then you can run it back through and connect this and put this in. But with mine, I can simply just pull mine out, get rid of the wiring, and I can install this. Hopefully it looks a lot better and operates a little bit better. But real simple uninstallation and install. As far as this part, it doesn't get much more simple than this. I'll have the Dorman website linked down below if you guys are looking for any parts for your Camaro that are more OE. You're looking for something that's more OE than aftermarket. And other than that, I'll have a huge list of items that I've got for my Camaro, as well as tools that I suggest when I work on my Camaro. So the links will be down below for you guys, but let's get into working on this. Don't mind the mess right now. It's been slowly working on it. I need to finish installing my custom plate for my shifter, but today we're going to be focusing on this shift knob. So as you can tell, it's all faded. It's got the cruise control, which I do not need anymore. So we're going to be removing this, and we're going to be installing the Dorman 49277 without the cruise control. So in order to remove these, it is very simple. You grab it by the base down here at the steering column and you simply pull, and here you go. And if you have cruise control, you will see this wire right here, which actually has a few wires inside of it. But if you look down into your steering shaft, you get up underneath your dash, you will find the connector. Just kind of trace this wire back. You will find the connector that you can go ahead and disconnect it, and then you can rerun your wiring harness back through here. Other than that, it's as simple as that. When installing one of these, you will find a keyway on the metal shaft, and then there's also a keyway built into the plastic housing at the base. And you had to fit both of those in there. That's going to hold this switch in, and then it's also going to allow you to make your adjustments to your windshield wipers. So that's what the two keyways are for. And basically, it's just kind of common sense to figure out how to line up the keyways and get it pushed in there all the way in order for it to work. But it's going to look a lot better and hopefully operate a little bit better as far as the fitment in there, because that one was a little loose. There was a little bit of play to it. If not, then it's in the mechanism itself, which we will dive into if necessary later on. And then stay tuned for a future video where I install my custom plate and everything and my shifter and all of that. So that'll be coming soon. We'll be getting it going soon. It's just a slow process. I've been trying to get to it whenever I can. So this one is definitely in a lot better shape than my old one. Everything is kind of faded off of it except for the push. All of the writing is gone on it. So we're just going to simply replace it. So I just went ahead and removed it. With mine, since I'm not running the cruise control, I just snipped the wire here because if I ever do reinstall cruise control for any reason, I can always switch from this to a new one with cruise control, and it'll come with the wiring that I can just disconnect in the steering column and reconnect the new one. So it's no big deal. I can just get rid of it. But inside you will have 4 smaller wires like I spoke about before, and that's going to be all the operation for your cruise control. So I'm not worried about that. We're just going to simply install this. You want to make sure that this part is lined up correctly. So it's going to be kind of in this location, and you just kind of line up the keyways. I'll get rid of this wiring here in a minute, but you just kind of line up the keyways here. You line up, then once you have the metal shaft inserted, you line up this portion, and then you can push this in the rest of the way, and it feels a lot more snug. And I tell you what, it looks a lot better than everything else that was rubbed off. So I'll go ahead and tuck this wiring, make sure it's all safe, and then it's a very simple install. So once again, there's your blinker switch. When it comes to these third-gen Camaros, they're all very basic and very simple to install. So that is it as far as the Dorman blinker switch install, and I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, please make sure to hit that thumbs up, leave a comment down below if you guys have any questions about the wiring on any of this, or part numbers or anything like that. Like I said before, I'll have the links in the description for you guys, and stay tuned for the next video where we start working on the shifter.